Hi, my name is Dylan Floyd.
And I created this video for my education technology class in Georgia Tech's OMSCS program.
So today I'm just going to be telling you a little bit about this project. I'm doing the development track and working on creating a bit of a digital portfolio networking project. And basically what that means is that I'm creating a platform that allows students to share their work either privately or publicly. Additionally, another key feature is that they'll be able to search for uh, work that other people are doing. And right here, this is just a clip of me initializing the database and then getting the web application up and running. So the hope here is that with a platform like this, students would be able to explore topics that they're interested in, share work that they've done, show what they've accomplished, and be inspired and help inspire other people as well. I included not only my Milestone 2 deliverables here in the video, but also the final deliverables and the task sheet as well. So feel free to pause and check those out if you want to look at more details about what I've been doing up to this point. And but mostly this milestone has been all about development, and the first one was all about design. And that was a wireframe from the Milestone 1 deliverable. And there's another video on that on my YouTube channel that you can check out too, as well as a link to the actual Adobe file that you can go in and check out and click through it as if you're really interacting with it, regardless of whether or not you have a subscription to Adobe Cloud. So for the rest of this video, which I know is pretty long, feel free to skip around. I'm just going to be showing some of the features that I was able to implement by this milestone, and things like registering a user, creating a new project, changing user settings, navigating to different pages. Um, One thing I'd really wanted to do was get this deployed to a remote server, but I ran into an issue that I just couldn't figure out for a few days about initializing the projects table, which is pretty central to the entire app because the entire web app because that's what we're trying to do is post projects that you're proud of and share and inspire and search for them as well. So not being able to dynamically load those, I didn't think it was really worth the time to deploy that to a remote server and send out a survey when students, or peers really wouldn't be getting the full experience or um, what you would like to see with dynamically loaded tables. But that being said, I am pretty proud of with the limited uh, front end or web application background, what I've been able to accomplish up to this point. Um, and I think that for the rest of the semester, I see a pretty clear path to providing all the deliverables that I had said. There is one thing that I would say still gives me a little bit of a reason to pause, and that's the grouping of the project tiles together. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet. I know that there are some role functions that I can apply uh, that might be able to facilitate that, but um, it would certainly make for a better user experience. But I sort of see that as a nice to have versus a need, which definitely is going to be search. Being able to search for different project tags or tile tags is a pretty core feature about this web application. And so that's where my focus is going to be on going forward, is developing the search function, uh, finishing up getting everything to dynamically load, and then after that focus more on the aesthetics so that it looks nice and people might want to use it. Another thing that I actually still need to do before the final deliverable is to integrate the privacy settings into the project tiles when you go in to edit them or when you go to create a new project, right? You should be able to set the privacy settings to completely public or completely private, or private with exceptions where you can specify certain users or students or organizations like a company or a teacher, um, or a university that you might want to show your work to. And if you get a chance to take a look at the Adobe XD design, I think you'll have a better sense of what I'm going for with these new project forms. And this is pretty base level user interface. And but I did want to show that if I do change some of these features, that it does update the database, and you're able to see that reflected in the command line here. And I'll show another example here with the register form where I create a new user with my email address, and it actually sends me an email to my Gmail. And I disabled the feature where it makes you actually confirm your email address before you can log in case anyone wants to try it out and put in a dummy email address or anything. But yeah, this is just another one of the features that'll show that the users are also being updated in the database as well as projects. So and then there would be things, more features in the rest of the video about updating usernames and things like that, changing a password. So just to recap, this is actually a prototype of the web application, and I'll deploy it and have it available for the class to check out by the end of the semester. But you really, and I'll fill the tables with some dummy content to make it to show off the use cases. But a platform like this really becomes more useful the more people that you have on it, which is why it has to be a prototype, just given the timeline of the class and not being able to ramp up with that many users that quickly. I mentioned this in my Milestone 1 video as well, but if you take a look at the specialization page, that's one of the cooler features of this web app idea, because the more projects that you favorite right at scale, a service like this maybe would be able to recommend projects to you that you find interesting, and users have the ability to go through and have control of their specialization tags, right, and control what what would be feeding into the page. But that would be a goal for down the line. For right now, it would basically just be doing a query to see if there are any other projects in the database that match similar tags. But that being said, I think this is a project that I'd like to continue working on after the semester is over. And so would really appreciate any feedback that you could give me about maybe some additional functionality that I'm not thinking of that would be really important to the user, right? Again, it doesn't just have to be students. It could be universities and corporations. They could have accounts and sort of brag about the work that they're doing, and then also review the work that maybe applicants are doing, things like that. And also certainly welcome to feedback on the aesthetics of the web app as well. Please don't judge this video too harshly, because I've been trying to focus more on the functionality for this second milestone. But if you take a look at the Adobe XD file, or just the previous video, I think I've gotten some good feedback on the aesthetics already, but always open to hear more. So thanks for taking the time to watch, and look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. Thanks. And actually, one final point that I wanted to note at the end of the video is that it's just that I shared the code is available on my GitHub if you want to download it and try to run it yourself. And there's instructions as well.